What up, HyperChange? Welcome to episode 1 of G to a Milli, where I try and turn $1,000 into $1 million, compounding through my investment portfolio. I am fired up to announce this show. This is something I've been cooking up and scheming for a while, documenting and open sourcing my financial journey. I've started the channel with making videos about stocks, trying to make financial markets more accessible, easier to understand, to get people on board with taking hold of their financial future. And I feel like I've been brainstorming this concept for a while, whether I'm talking to people like my sister, my homies who just aren't that into stocks or finance. How can they save? How can they start building for retirement? And honestly, this is for everyone, really. And I thought, what better way to do it than by showing you, and literally by having an investment account where I open source it. I post all my trades. You can follow everything about it. I'll make videos whenever I make a move. I'm going to screen record my account so you can literally see me put money in, compound it, what trades I make, all in real time, following me. And it's going to be an old school like radio call-in show. So the first part of the show, I'm going to talk about my portfolio, what moves I'm making, show you how it's doing. We're going to go through, it's just going to be hella fun. And so I thought, what better way to start the show of G to a Milli than me calling in and being the first caller, and then you'll see. Anyway, it'll make sense once I do it, but just to tee it up, get ready. This is the first guest call-in for G to a Milli. It's going to kick off the show. Strap in. Here we go. Let's see who it is.
Yo, it's Gali, longtime listener, first-time caller. Just kind of been feeling a little lost here with my financial situation. I have a decent job. I have my own little VC firm. I make enough to pay rent in a dope spot, to go out to eat, to travel. But I feel like I also haven't been budgeting well, and I'm not saving. And I've even been tapping into my own Tesla stock and crypto to fund bigger expenses, because I'm just running on break even. And it's not I feel like I don't have enough money. I feel like I could save if I had a plan, but I just don't have a plan in place. And I'm only 30 years old, and I feel like if I start compounding now and build a dope snowball and get that going, that'll be huge for my retirement. And I want to be saving and adding to my savings and building a plan for my future now, instead of just spending my stock and stuff. And so I'd love if you had any advice with that. I don't really feel like it's I just need discipline, and I need a game plan. For more context, my portfolio right now is 60% Tesla stock that I've held for 10 or 12 years. Doing really well on that. Don't want to sell it. Love the future of the company. Think it's eventually going to 10 trillion, going to be the world's biggest company. So I'm holding on to that. I don't want to sell a single share. I have a bunch of SpaceX stock. That's my number 2 position, probably 25% of my portfolio. Then I got, 5 or 10% of my portfolio in crypto.
Just gonna pause for a sec. Anyone else just annoyed at this guy, how much up he is on Tesla stock, and then talking about how he's got SpaceX too? Come on, I hate this guy already. But anyway, let's see what else you got to say.
Liquid, so that's nice. And then the rest of my portfolio, not the other 5 or 10%, is in a bunch of startups and my own VC fund. So that's kind of the situation. Would love to know what you think on how I can kind of add to my what I've got going on here with a sort of new snowball, and sort of build wealth for retirement in addition to just holding what I've already got. Thanks. Bye.
Okay. Love this question, because this pertains to absolutely everybody. And Gali, I got your answer right here, of course. Here's the move. And I think it's as much psychological and coming in with discipline as it is about investing. I think the move here, and what I tell everybody to do, is open up a brokerage account. And also, I partnered with Public to make this video, not sponsored. I actually hit them up to make this video. I'm an investor in them and am biased because I think their service is awesome. And you can sign up with Public using my link and get some free stock and hook me up with a referral credit that I'll put in my portfolio. But anyway, that's enough of the plug. My point is, you should open a brokerage account, open a separate account, open something new, and set up a weekly recurring deposit. Put $1,000 in and just add a couple $100 a month, or whatever you can do. You can put $100 in and add $10 a month, and just start putting that money away in a separate bucket that's psychologically different. Don't touch it. Save as much as you can. It'll come out of your bank account automatically. You don't even think about it. And all of a sudden you're building up this snowball separately, and start buying your favorite stocks. If you don't know what to buy, probably just buy the S&P 500. Also, very key part of this show, nothing is financial advice. I will be scheming on stocks. I will be telling you what I'm doing. I will be telling you what moves I'm making in general, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Do not make a move based on something I told you on the show and then try and sue me or get mad at me. That's not chill. I'm making the show for free for entertainment purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in G to a Milli will ever be financial advice. Just wanted to get that out there because that's important. But here is the move. You got to start a portfolio. Make your WAP separate. Start rolling that snowball, put a little money. Anyway, before I talk about it, let's just show you. Anyway, that was the call, kind of a fun little thing, but I really am solving my own problem with this because I have had trouble, saving and I want to roll my old snowball. So look at how easy this is. I started with my public account. It literally had $0 in it, like $0. Wait, I'm going to pull this back a little. $0 in my account, in my brokerage account just 3 days ago. So I wanted to really start from zero so everybody could start with me. So as you can see here, put in $1,000, just that easy. My bank account was already hooked up because I've had a public account. Confirm, $1,000, and just a little something to get started. And drum roll. Let's go. $1,000 is in the account. So that's huge news. So now I got $1,000 in the account. We're off and rolling. And so now I wanted to play out this scenario because you might be like, okay, Gali putting $1,000 in and I'm going to set up a reoccurring buy for $250 every 2 weeks. You're going to see me do that in a second. So just to drive this home though. Okay. So if I put $1,000 in and I put $250 in every 2 weeks, that's $250 26 times a year, aka $6,500 a year in deposits, starting with $1,000. So if I just save that money in an account that didn't have any interest or no returns, $1,000 at first, then you have 999,000 minus 6,500 at a year, it would take me 153.7 years to save $1 million with my current plan. But we are going to compound this money at a good return, hopefully. So it's going to take way less than that. And that's a big part of what I'm doing here is showing you the power of compounding. The year I hit $1 million with saving nothing, 0% return, 2177. But if I compound at 7%, the year I hit $1 million is 2060. If I compound, this is just the same plan, $1,000 to start, $6,500 a month, just changing the rate of return. I'm gonna dive into the numbers in a second. If I compound at 22%, I hit $1 million in this account by the year 2041 in only 18 years, and I'll only be 48. I'll have an account with $1 million in it. I'm about to be retiring. Let's go. Anyway, let me show you how I crunch these numbers because I think this is really cool. I was just playing around with this a little bit. 7% a year. So you start with $1,000. You add $6,500 a year, and you never add more than $6,500 a year every single year. The rate of return is 7%. And I did this in a little bit rough way because it's hard to calculate, every single day. But as you can see, this is $7,500 total in capital added the first year times 7% equals $8,025. That's the starting number here. So I rolled this out, and you can see the portfolio gets bigger and bigger, and the compounding really starts to take to effect. Year 30, I'm adding $50,000 to my portfolio. Even though I only added $6,000 in cash, my portfolio grows by $60,000 because it's been compounding that snowball. So I would hit $1 million right here at year 36. So that's how I got 2060. 2024 plus 36 years, 2060 is the year that I hit $1 million at the end of the year, 1.04 million. And then if you go another 8 years, I did 44 because 4 is my lucky number. I'm already at almost $2 million just 8 years later. So that shows you the power of compounding. Now, what I thought was crazy is this 22% scenario. 22% doesn't even sound like a lot. If you're like, oh, I made 22% this year, it's like, all right, well, I think even Tesla could return 22% a year. But let's say it does 22% a year. It takes me only 17 years to hit $1 million by the end of the year. And if you look at that, if we go all the way down here to like the 36 year, where it was last time that I hit $1 million, I'd be at $47 million by the year 2060. And if we go all the way to year 44, $233 million. I could retire as a billionaire from just starting with $1,000 in my account, adding $6,500 a year if I compound at 2%. That is insane. So this is just to show you the power of compounding. I mean, 244 million in 44 years. I'm 30 now. I'd be 74 with $233 million. That's insane with only 22%. So this is just Einstein called compounding the most powerful force in the universe. And that's why I made this video, compounding. If you are young, your greatest gift is time. You are a billionaire in seconds. You are richer than Warren Buffett if you are under 30 because you have 1 billion seconds to live. And I think A, that's just awesome because you can do with what you want with your time. You should appreciate that, and that's amazing. But B, like, time is on your side. Put a G in now. Start compounding and rolling your snowball early. The earlier you do it, the more time is on your side, and you can really build wealth and retire early if you get started young. So if you're watching this and you're under 25, that you could change your life and the trajectory of your life in a huge way. And that's what my mentor said with me when I was in high school and I was like 17 or 18. Shout out Dick McCormick. He was just an awesome mentor of mine. And he was like, you guys could retire when you're 30. That's what he always told me. He was like, you could retire when you're 30 if you start investing now. We were 17 or 18. I mean, I'm not retired yet, but I'm sitting on a lot of Tesla stock and anyway, that advice goes hard. That's all I'm going to say. But, I'm doing what I want. Let's just put it that way. But I feel like everyone, you get 12, I can't even the power of compounding in time is insane. So what's the move here? I put $1,000 in my account, and then what did I do with it? Here, I'm about to play you the video of me investing that money. So let's watch that video, and then I will come back to tell you what I did with the money. Anyway, let's roll. Woo! What's up, y'all? What's up? Okay, it's 12:44. Market closes in 15 minutes on a Friday. I am about to make some moves in my public account. We got to get these trades in for the end of the day. The G to Amelia portfolio is launching. I like Tesla here under 240. I'm fired up to buy it. I am going to let's do shares. I could buy fractional, but I'm going to be OCD and I'm going to do whole shares. I'm going to do 2 shares of Tesla, which is about half my money, $474. Let's review that order. Tip $7 to support fair and transparent markets. Not yet, but I respect that. So it's free to do. Let's see. Oh, completed. Just like that. Done. Bam. Did I do that? Oh, no way. Oh, shit. I'm already down. Okay. No, I'm joking. Wow. There you go. Just like that, folks. That easy. Tesla. 47% of my portfolio. $474 in Tesla. That is huge news. Now, the other stock I want to buy, because I think it's an amazing way to play the crypto revolution right now, is Coinbase. I just got to show you some stuff on Coinbase here real quick, because I think Coinbase is super duper like a leveraged way to play the crypto boom. And if you look at the price, they IPO'd at the peak of the crypto boom. They were crushing it, 300, almost hit 400 a share. And then since went down to the 30s and 40s. I actually made some videos about it and did buy a bunch of Coinbase in the 40s and 50s, flipped it around here. And I've watched it do this move and be out of the stock, major FOMO, but I still think Coinbase here at 154 could double or triple if Bitcoin hits. Like, I think it's basically a leveraged way to play crypto, but almost safer and more diversified as well. And if you look at the financials, just super quick, because I know the market's about to close here, but just to show you how profitable this thing was, when they were, in the peak of it, they were making almost $1 billion a quarter when crypto was booming. Now in the crypto recession, they've trimmed their losses. They've gotten a lot leaner. I think they're about to start showing profitability. This is going to majorly ramp up. And the market cap right now is only 37 billion. We're talking about a potential billion and a half a quarter in profit. I mean, Coinbase could easily make $4 billion in earnings a year, and I'm trading an under 10 PE ratio. An amazing CEO, Brian Armstrong, who's just leading the company. I'm obsessed with Coinbase. I think it's my favorite company in crypto. I've personally held all my Bitcoin in Coinbase for like 10 years plus now. Love the service. They do everything the right way. They follow all the rules. I think they're an amazing example of building trust in a futuristic crypto bank that actually does things the right way with regulators. And they don't mess around with my crypto. They're not like leveraging their balance sheet against customer deposits. So I love what Coinbase is doing. And I think now crypto is about to reboom and Coinbase is really going to capture a lot of that upside. So I really like what's happening with Coinbase right now. I think I want to do 3 shares. Let's see if I have enough for that. Yep. Submit order. Done. Look at how easy that was. Okay, now we already got my portfolio. I'm already up 15 cents. Let's go. No, I'm joking. Okay, but here we go. So I've got Tesla. I've got Coinbase. Looks like I have $62 in cash. I kind of want to put that to work a little bit. Should I do Rivian? Is it too early to buy Rivian? I don't know. I feel like part of me wants to nibble on Rivian and get 2 Rivian shares here. I mean, I like what I'm doing now with Tesla and Coinbase. $474 Tesla, $460 a Coinbase. I still got 60 bucks in cash. Maybe I just hold that cash. I'm not exactly sure. This is tricky. This is tricky. Ooh, this is really cool. I could buy a Rivian bond. Bonds are coming soon to public, so you could buy bonds in Rivian. That's pretty interesting. But I think part of me wants to get 2 shares here. Or should I save my 60 bucks in just cash? I don't know. The delivery numbers were weak for Rivian, so I think I'm going to let everything chill right now and do that. And I got my Tesla stock. And I got my Coinbase stock. I'm almost fully invested here. I've got 938 bucks of equities, $62 in cash. So I think that does it for my first G to a Milli update. I'm about 47% Tesla, 46% Coinbase, 5%, 6% cash. And that's what we're doing right now. And I'm feeling really good about this heading into the week. I also want to set up the deposit plan. Let's see how I can do that. I already have my bank account linked here, so that's pretty cool. Let's do bi-weekly. I'm going to do Monday. Every Monday, every 2 weeks, I'm going to deposit 250 bucks into my account starting January 8th. So I guess that'll give me, on Monday, they're going to give me another 250 bucks, which is a little bit sooner than I would have added, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then I'm going to start having these 250 bucks roll in. So yeah, let's do that. Confirm the recurring deposit. And this is going to force me to save. That's why I'm really hyped. Like every 2 weeks on Monday, 250 bucks from my bank account goes right into my public account. Like I don't even think about it. I don't have to do anything. It's not my bank account. I'm not going to feel like I need to spend it. Like I think this is just for me psychologically is a huge way to help me help me save and stuff and build up, a portfolio here. So 250 in recurring deposits. So now I'm going to invest that over time. And there we go. So that's it. G to a Milli. I'm fully invested. 1,001. We'll see what it ends the day at, but there we go. That's me live making the trades. All right, signing off. Back to other Gali. So G to a Milli, day one, started with 100% cash, $1,000 value. And by the end of day one, here we are looking at 46% Coinbase, 48% Tesla, 6% cash, $997 value. So there I am. That's my starting point. I love Tesla. I already told you why I like Coinbase. Companies I know really well, CEOs I really trust, strong financial position. These are companies that I want to own for 10 years. I don't want to sell these stocks for a while. I'm not trading. I'm investing for the long term with these. And the really exciting part of this is 250 bucks added on Monday, 250 bucks added in 2 weeks. So I'm going to continue, my cash pile will continue growing, and then I'm going to keep funneling that into new companies, start to really build an awesome diversified portfolio here over time and roll my snowball. Okay, so that is G to a Milli episode 1. I'm going to keep improving, iterating on these. I want all your feedback as I open source, building a portfolio, and just starting to roll my snowball with y'all. And I want you to do this with me. Public.com/hyperchange. I really want you to sign up for an account, open a brokerage account, put 100 bucks in, start rolling your snowball, invest in whatever you want. But just this idea that you're saving, compounding, investing, like I'm trying to start a movement here. And the whole point of this is you can literally join me. And I love Public. This is a company I've been following for 4 years. I've been working with them for 4 years. I was an early advisor in them. I personally invested in them. My VC firm has invested a huge amount in them. I have worked closely with the founders for years. I think they're doing things the right way, a lot better than Robinhood. They constantly release new features. I mean, crypto, high yield treasuries. They're about to come out with bonds, options. Of course, you can buy stocks. And not only can you buy stuff, but fractionally. You could buy $10 worth of a stock, not a full share. So even if you're getting started with 10 bucks, 100 bucks, 500 bucks, you can build a diversified portfolio. And I love that. And it's making financial markets accessible. That's why I picked Public. I approached them and was like, I'm trying to invest hella more in your company. I have an idea for a show where I democratize financial markets by open sourcing my portfolio. Your platform is the perfect tool to help me do this. And I hit them up to get a special referral code where you can put 100 bucks in an account and get 20 bucks of a stock for free. I also make a little bit of money with each funded account, and I'm going to put that right into my G to a Milli portfolio so you can watch me invest it. Like I hit them up to make this deal. I'm not making any other money besides if I get account referrals. Just editing this video and just wanted to say the deal's actually better than I said it was in the video. You get $25 of a free slice of stock as long as you open an account and put $20 in. So they are doing an ultra homie move and setting up this special promotion to support the show because they think it's awesome. And shout out to Public. And I feel like that's an awesome deal. Put in 20 bucks or more, open an account, and you get 25 bucks of free stock using my code public.com. So, Also, a big part of the show is call-ins. I want y'all to call in. I'm not going to tell you buy a stock, sell a stock, do this, do that. It's never financial advice. Anything financial, anything to do with the stock market, anything to do with world economics, anything to do with the psychology of money. I'm worried about looking broke. My homies are getting richer than me. How do I do, anything like that? I want to tackle and make this a super fun community show. So all I did to call in is did a voice memo on my phone, recorded it with like 1 second voice memo on my phone. And then all you got to do is email hyperchangetv@gmail.com. That's hyperchangetv@gmail.com. Title the email G to a Milli and include your little audio recording. And some of them I will play on the show next episode, and I will answer your questions live at the end of the show. So I think this is about to be a super fun podcast. And I'm fired up because I just bought some Tesla stock. I just bought some Coinbase stock. My portfolio and my Snowball is booming. My path to, I just diverged. This was Gali making no moves for retirement, doing what he was going to do. And all of a sudden there's been a little fork in the road. And now I've started my little snowball roll. And in 10 years, if I keep this up, my discipline's going, I'm about to be in a new direction where I have all this money saved and put away because of this discipline and this strategy that I followed. So I'm fired up about this. Oh, the other thing is I know what y'all are thinking, what if I just invest in the S&P 500? So that's actually, what do I tell my mom to do? Put all her money in the S&P 500. If you don't know stocks and don't want to deal with it, the index fund is incredible. I'm just going to show you this because the S&P 500 is the greatest gift of all time in all humanity. This is a chart of it. It is what Warren Buffett says you should put all your money in. It's what Peter Lynch says you should put all your money in. It's a cumulative mathematical equation that balances out the biggest 500 companies in the US, aka the world pretty much, and you're invested in all of technology in corporate America. It's like Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia. Those are some of the biggest names here. I think this is what you should put your money in if you're not trying to invest in a certain stock or bond. The S&P 500 is like the greatest gift ever, and just most people don't know about it. Financial advisors are not incentivized to tell you about it because they make no money on it. But I just think I can't stress enough how just putting money away and buying the S&P 500 is I just think that's what I would do if I wasn't picking stocks personally. Once again, not financial advice though. But so obviously G to a Milli, I'm tracking here. I've got the little portfolio set up. I'm tracking. I'm at $997. I lost squat day one. We're down from 1,000. Total invested 1,000. Here's where I net deposited. So I'm going to track this and build out a portfolio, and we're going to comp if I had put that money into the S&P 500. So when I deposit it into my account, I'm also going to run a simultaneous theoretical equation here, basically saying, well, what if I just bought the S&P? So you can see that if I bought the S&P, I'd be at $1,002 with my money. So I'd be up. So this goes to show me, it's like, I almost want to show that I'm a dumbass and show how hard it is to beat the S&P 500 by me losing to the S&P 500, which I'm already doing. So that's great. But I want to just show the power of compounding. It's like, you don't even have to be a great stock picker. You could just invest in the S&P 500, and that's an amazing strategy too. And I'm going to do all the scheming and overthinking, and I probably won't even beat it. Most people never beat the S&P 500. Technically, I have in my Vanguard account. Historically, I kind of want to show you all that just because it's a little bit of a flex, but this is G to a Milli, and we're having fun with this show. So I'm going to show you my Vanguard account real quick. And this is before public even came out. So that's why I just have all my Tesla stock in my old account that I haven't touched for a while. Okay, not trying to flex too hard here, but we can see I've got a portfolio dating back until 2014. This is my main stock portfolio where I pretty much just hold Tesla. I mean, this is also where I invested in Arcimoto and Snapchat. And so I had a couple losers in here, but pretty much as of the end of 2023, it was doing a 38% annual return for almost 10 years. So I think that's absurd, and that is absolutely crushing it. So if I can do, and I just showed you 22% was going to take me to like hundreds of millions of dollars, just within a few decades. So if I keep compounding at 37%, this is about to be game over. We're hitting a milli quick. We are hitting a milli super quick. And I also wanted to say, I'm kind of I don't know, I've talked a lot about my friends about this, and like, well, if you keep adding, if you get referrals from public and then you add in, a couple extra $1,000 and, you're not really investing to a milli, you're actually just adding money to a milli. It's like, sure. But the whole point is everybody's different. Your financial situation is different than mine. My whole thing that I'm preaching is save as much as you can. Scheme on how to get money and put it in your investment account. That's what I'm doing. I'm literally practicing what I'm preaching by like, okay, like I can make this show. I'm about to make YouTube money from this show in addition to my VC salary, so I can have a little extra money so I can put that in my Snowball. Hopefully I can add more than $250 every 2 weeks. That's my goal. You know, I don't want to just do that. I want to put as much as possible into this and hustle and try and make a milli as fast as I can and show y'all. So I will be doing random extra $1,000 deposits if I can to accelerate my path to a milli. And I think that's the mindset you have. Like, yes, $1,000 in, $250 every 2 weeks is a great start point. But if you have another extra 2 G's because you just got a great tax return or startup exit, put that in your Snowball too. And let's accelerate the roll. Let's get that compounding going even faster. So I'm going to be doing that too. I'm not going to be sticking to some boring plan and just like following it through to super mathematical. I am going to be hustling to try and hit a milli fast. That is my goal. And that's the goal at the show, to get you fired up and to show that what happens when you hustle. And people can say it's like, oh, it's cheating. It's no. It's like, well, if the guap's there, the guaps can be there. So I don't know. I'm trying to like have fun with it and make it a game and have this balance of like it being a game and entertaining with, you know, going from $1,000 to $1 million, but also feeling accessible, like anybody can do it. So I'm going to try and walk that line, but I want your feedback on this show. Call in hyperchangetv@gmail.com. Send me a voice memo. Next episode, I'm going to be answering all your questions about finance, about stocks, about the world economy, about how to know if a stock's undervalued, how to research a stock, how to look up a stock, you know, where you should buy stocks or how to even get your account open. Go to public.com/hyperchange. Anyway, I'm super fired up about this show and just excited to see what happens and would love to know what y'all think. And I appreciate y'all watching and tuning in. G to a milli, baby. Let's go. Peace.